Hello, my name is John Hopkins. I'm a partner at Prospect Financial Solutions, and I am recording this video to cover the Schedule E and Euro rental property, also known as an investment property. We have a worksheet on our website, and I'm just going to pull up that worksheet and we're going to take a look at it and run down, and I'll kind of give some commentary on it. Now, general property information is important. We need to know the information here, the type of property, single family residence, multifamily residence, duplex, triplex, whatnot. Perhaps you have your investment property on Airbnb or VRBO, so then that is what's called a vacation or short-term rental, commercial property. Now, the only comment here is if you have multiple properties, you need to report the information separately. Each property, each activity needs to have its own worksheet filled out. That's how the IRS has it. They want us to report each activity separately on the Schedule E. If any of these events happened, purchased the property, you sold the property, or you refinanced the loan, please get us the final closing statement and we'll discuss this with you. But it's very important that we have the final closing statement. We need to establish either your tax basis, if this was the case. We need to figure out if you had capital gains, if you sold it, and if you refinanced, there's going to be some closing costs and other expenses on the closing statement that we're able to deduct as a rental expense. If you use the property for any personal use, please let us know about that. That will limit your deductions. And we'll come down here. Income. Rent income received in the year that you're filing taxes for goes on this line. The only exception here is if you've collected security deposits. Security deposits are not income unless you retain the deposit. So, right, 2 or 3 years down the line, your tenant leaves and they made a mess and you got to clean it all up. Well, now the security deposit becomes income. We have a long list of expenses here that I won't go over line item by line item, but the general rule here is if you spent money on your rental property, it's deductible, whether that's before you get a renter in there, during, or after. You've you've got tax deductions that you can take. If you purchased appliances, furniture, computers, or other equipment that were $500 or more, please list that here. These things will get capitalized. We need to report them separately. A lot of people will just lump everything they did with appliances and whatnot into repairs or supplies. We need to break that out on the tax return to properly report it to the IRS and stay compliant. Additionally, if you did major improvements, renovations that increase the value of the property, don't put those up in repairs. Those need to also be separately stated here. And I'm thinking of things like you put a new roof on the house or you painted the house. Those are major improvements or major renovations that increase the value and the longevity of the house. So we need to report those separately, right? And we have that here. If you had multiple things, you can either download a second version of this and put it in there. But be sure to separate those out. It's very important. You're allowed to deduct mileage on your rental property. This is only going to be mileage that you drove specifically for your investment property. A lot of my clients will drive to Home Depot, pick up some supplies, and then drive to the rental property. You can track that and get a small tax deduction. So we have a section here that you can use to fill out to report your mileage. Now, here is the Schedule E. This is the official form. And this Schedule C, you can see it says Form 1040. This gets attached to your annual 1040. You can report 3 properties on one Schedule E. You can see how it's listed here. And then a lot of what we put on our worksheet is all right here. We have a little bit more detail. And we come down to here, and I'm not going to get into this in this video, but there are limitations to how much loss you can deduct if you own a rental property. A little bit more complex for this video, so that's all I'll say about that. But we always discuss these types of things during our tax process, our tax preparation process. So if we see something that's a little bit out of line or too complex to describe in this video, we always discuss that with you one-on-one. Anyway, I hope this was a valuable video. You can find this worksheet on our website, www.prospecttax.com. I will also have the link in the description of the video.